Today, Dung Fu invites you to delve deeper into the Dhammapada, the 16th verse from the Buddhist scriptures on the YouTube channel Tien Tien USA. Here he rejoices. Hereafter he rejoices. In both states the well-doer rejoices. He rejoices. Exceedingly rejoices. Perceiving the purity of his own deeds. Beloved friends in the Dharma, let us settle into stillness and allow this verse to touch our hearts. What a beautiful and profound truth the Buddha offers us. When our actions are rooted in goodness, when our minds are clear, and when our hearts are open, there is joy, not just joy in this very moment, but joy that carries forward into the future. The one who lives a life of kindness and integrity does not fear the passing of time. They do not regret the past. They do not dread what comes next. Instead, they rejoice, here and hereafter, because they know, deeply and honestly, that their deeds were wholesome, their intentions were pure. Let us ask ourselves, what brings about this rejoicing? It is not from external praise or validation. It is not because others say we are good. It is because we ourselves know that we have tried, sincerely, to live in accordance with the Dharma. The purity of our own deeds is the source of this joy. What does purity mean in this context? It means actions free from greed, free from hatred, free from delusion. It means acting with wisdom, with compassion, with mindfulness. When you give without expectation, when you speak with care, when you refrain from harming others, your heart is at ease. This ease is not forced. It is not a performance. It arises naturally from alignment with truth. In our modern world, we often seek joy in possessions, in experiences, in achievements. But the Buddha reminds us that the deepest joy comes from living rightly. A well-doer is someone who lives in harmony with the natural law of cause and effect. Their joy is stable. It is not shaken by the winds of fortune. The well-doer rejoices not because they are perfect, but because they are sincere. They acknowledge their mistakes. They correct their course. They aim always to bring benefit to others. This sincerity builds inner confidence, and confidence is the soil in which joy can grow. Let us imagine a person who has spent a life serving others, speaking truthfully, acting with compassion. At the end of their life, they do not tremble in fear. They do not grasp for more time. They smile. They rejoice, because their conscience is clear. This is the joy of one who perceives the purity of their own deeds. It is the smile of a heart unburdened, a heart that has given and loved and served, a heart that has lived the Dharma. And what about the hereafter? In Buddhist teachings, we understand that consciousness continues, that our actions leave imprints. When we pass from this life, we carry with us the fruits of our karma. If we have lived well, that continuation will be bright. The well-doer rejoices in both states, because they have built a solid foundation. Their mind is not clouded by regret. Their path is open. Their journey forward is one of light. This verse invites us to reflect, not just on our deeds, but on the quality of our mind behind them. Are we generous, but expecting something in return? Are we kind, but only when it is convenient? Purity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. It means acting from the heart, not from desire for reward. Every act matters. Every word shapes our future. Every thought leaves a trace. When we understand this, we become careful, not in a fearful way, but in a reverent way. We see life as sacred. We see others as worthy of our respect. And in this way, we become well-doers, not because we wear robes, not because we chant or bow, but because we live the Dharma, moment to moment, breath by breath. To rejoice is not arrogance. It is not pride. It is the quiet joy of knowing we did our best, that we lived fully, that we cared deeply, that we tried to heal, not harm. Let us rejoice together, not only in our own good deeds, but in the goodness of others. When someone acts with compassion, let us celebrate. When someone turns away from hatred, let us honor them. This is the field of merit. The Buddha rejoiced when he saw beings waking up, when he saw kindness arise, when he saw suffering transform into wisdom. We too can rejoice in our own hearts, and in the hearts of all beings. Let this joy be our strength. Let it be our refuge. When times are hard, remember the good you have done. Let it sustain you. Let it shine. May your deeds be pure. May your heart be light. May you rejoice, here and hereafter. Beloved friends in the Dharma, as we continue to reflect on this precious verse, let us explore further the profound nature of rejoicing. The well-doer's joy is not superficial or fleeting. It is a deep, steady joy born from the harmony between intention, thought, and action. This harmony is rare in a world often full of distractions and unrest. Consider the nature of joy itself. In many traditions, joy is seen as something that comes and goes, dependent on external circumstances. But the Buddha's teaching points us beyond this conditioned happiness. Here, rejoicing is a quality of the awakened heart, a joy arising from truth and purity, not from external gains or transient pleasures. When we talk about purity of deeds, it is important to realize that this purity is closely linked to the mind's clarity. A deed done with a clouded or distracted mind may not bring true joy. It is the mindfulness and awareness present in each action that purifies it and allows joy to arise. For example, offering help to others while feeling reluctant or with expectations will not produce the same joy as helping with a genuine heart. Let us reflect on the power of intention. The Buddha said that it is intention that leads to action and shapes our experience. When intention is pure, free of greed, hatred, and delusion, the deeds performed bear wholesome fruits. Imagine a well in the forest. If the well is clean, the water is pure and refreshing. If the well is muddy, the water brings sickness. Our deeds are like water. The quality depends on the source, the intention behind them. Now, how does this joy manifest in our daily life? It may be subtle, a quiet sense of contentment or ease. It may be a smile that comes without reason, or a feeling of lightness in the heart. But it is always there, waiting to be recognized. We cultivate this joy by practicing kindness, generosity, patience, and truthfulness. Each small act, each moment lived with awareness, nourishes this joy. One of the beautiful aspects of the Dharma is its encouragement of joyful effort. This is the joy in making progress on the path, in seeing the mind become calmer, in witnessing kindness blossom within oneself and others. We rejoice not because the journey is easy, but because each step forward brings freedom. Imagine now the ripple effect of this joy. When one person lives with such rejoicing, their presence uplifts those around them. The joy of the well-doer becomes contagious. It inspires others to seek goodness and to live in harmony. This is how the Dharma spreads, not by force or argument, but by the radiant example of those who walk the path with joy. We can also consider the role of community in sustaining this rejoicing. In Sangha, or spiritual community, we support each other to maintain wholesome deeds and mindful living. When we share stories of kindness and hear about the positive impact of virtuous actions, our joy is rekindled and deepened. In meditation, too, we can nurture this joy. Mindfulness allows us to witness our wholesome deeds and intentions clearly, without distortion. Loving kindness meditation, metta, can open the heart further, increasing the capacity to rejoice in both our own and others' goodness. Now, let us take a moment for reflection. How often do we pause to acknowledge the purity of our own deeds? Are we aware of the joy that arises naturally when we act with kindness and integrity? Do we allow ourselves to feel this joy? Or do we overlook it amid the busyness of life? The Buddha encourages us to recognize and cherish this joy, for it strengthens our practice and inspires continued growth. Rejoicing is also a shield against discouragement. When faced with difficulties or setbacks, recalling the joy born from purity can renew our determination and peace. We may ask, what about the joy in the hereafter? From the Buddhist perspective, the actions we perform plant seeds in the fertile ground of our consciousness. Wholesome deeds mature into pleasant experiences and conditions in future lives or states of existence. This is why the well-doer rejoices here and hereafter. Their deeds create a legacy of peace and happiness that transcends this moment. But beyond future reward, the joy of purity is a present reality. It is accessible now in this breath, this thought, this choice. Each moment we choose goodness, we participate in the unfolding of joy. It is not postponed or conditional. It is here and now, waiting within us. Let us also remember that rejoicing in our own purity does not mean self-righteousness or pride. It is a humble recognition of what is possible for all beings. Every one of us can purify our intentions and actions. Every one of us can experience this joy, regardless of past mistakes or hardships. This teaching invites compassion toward oneself as well. Sometimes we falter, we lose our way. But the path back to joy is always open. The well-doer corrects their course gently and continues onward. This persistence is itself a source of rejoicing. In this spirit, let us also rejoice in the goodness of others. To see kindness arise in another heart, to witness honesty or generosity, is to share in the universal joy of awakening. When we rejoice together, our collective energy supports the flourishing of the Dharma. We live in challenging times. Yet even here, joy rooted in purity is available. It is a refuge in the storm, a beacon of light. Practicing daily gratitude for moments of kindness, moments of clarity, moments of peace can help us stay connected to this joy. Dear friends, the path of the well-doer is not always easy. There are temptations, distractions, difficulties. But each time we choose to act with integrity, each time we pause to breathe with awareness, we nourish the seed of joy within. This seed grows into a tree that offers shade, comfort, and shelter to all. May we walk this path with courage and gentleness. May we rejoice not only for ourselves, but for all beings who seek liberation. May the joy of purity inspire our hearts every day. Thank you for watching my video. Namo Amitabha. I wish to bring this merit towards all disciples and sentient beings, all of whom will attain Buddhahood. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to review the short sermons of the Buddha. Thank you for listening to the Dharma.